This time, it's all about music. Music is everywhere we go, and for good reasons, because music can have a big impact on our life. But what is it that music can do for us? How can music give us a better life? In the next 2 episodes, we meet Tito, who spends a lot of his own time and money on bringing music to the children of the island Bonaire. Music is very special to him.
I don't feel nothing, it's like in a trance. I feel happy.
We also visit Professor Morten Kringelbach at Oxford University. He has dedicated his research to studying the pleasures of our brain.
Music is a very important part of the life well lived.
Morten also has a few tricks up his sleeve on how to write groovy music. After years of preparation, we have left behind the safety of our jobs, apartments, social security and solid ground, and embarked on a 3-year sailing trip around the world in search of the good life.
Hello and good morning.
We want to meet people, visit places, and explore the science behind what a good life is and what we can do ourselves to have a good life. All this at the comfortable speed of 10 kilometers an hour. Please join us as we explore life. On our trip around the world, we have reached the turquoise waters of the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire and Curaçao. Especially a visit to Bonaire became one to remember when we met a local group of drummers drumming away under the trees. The group was part of a project called Casa de Música Bonaire, started by the longtime dancer and drummer Tito.
And what we do, we instrument, we're going under the tree, every day one place, let's say one village. We're going under the tree in a shadow, so to play with the children. If we sit down here, wait for them, they don't come. And that's why we're going everywhere where the children be and to play with them. I do it because when I was small, nobody didn't do it for me.
But what does the free access to music mean for the children?
It means a lot of things, especially when the children have problems. This with the music, especially with the drums, you can bring all your problems there. The teacher from the school, they takes the children who don't like to learn or don't learn good and those things, they bring them to we, this for the music, and then it gives a lot of response, because when they finish, they start doing the best on school. It makes friends too, because that's the music. The music makes a lot of things.
Music is clearly doing great things for the children of Bonaire. But what exactly is it that music does to us? And why do we like it so much? To find answers, Storm and I traveled to the UK to meet with Professor Morten Kringelbach at Oxford University.
Going to Oxford.
Oxford.
Oxford. Oxford. Oxford.
Oxford.
Oxford.
It was a bit of a grey day when we arrived in Oxford. But in spite of the grey weather, the streets were filled with happy students celebrating their graduation by overspraying their friends with multiple different things. Right in the middle of it all lies Oxford University with its many beautiful colleges and a special Harry Potter kind of feeling. Which isn't really a joke, since multiple scenes from the Harry Potter movies were in fact recorded here. We met Morten at the Queen's College, where he and his research group are studying music and the pleasure systems of our brain.
My name is Morten Kringelbach. I'm a professor of neuroscience in Oxford and in Aarhus University, where I'm affiliated with the Center of Music in the Brain. I always wanted to know why we do things. I wanted to understand what it is that gives us pleasure, why it is that we are desiring things, why do we get motivated to do things, and then also what makes us stop after a while. And of course, the key place to look for that is in the brain.
But what's so special about music?
Music is a very interesting pleasure. It's probably a pleasure that is only had by humans. And what is exciting about music is that it draws us to other people. It's something we do with other people. This recent thing where we all have headphones in is very much recent. Throughout human history, we've made music with other people, and that's probably why it's such a basic and interesting pleasure for us.
That music can help us connect is something Storm and I can really relate to. In fact, there would be no Life X if it wasn't for music, since music is what brought Storm and I together. While we both worked at a theater in Copenhagen, we began writing music together. Nothing big or spectacular at all, but it was fun, a lot of fun. Then that went on to building a camera crane, video production, kite surfing, spear fishing, buying a boat and fixing it up, buying another boat, and sailing around the world. Using music to connect with other people is also a part of the history of the ABC Islands.
We had Indians on the island. How they meet each other? This is with the smoke and the music. This with the drums. Music make people meet each other.
The importance of connection is also felt by one of the drum leaders named Cashley.
If I stand still, the crew is gonna stand still. If I move, the crew is gonna move with me. Once I was all sour, I came to training, I was like, let's do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, bam, bam. Everyone was standing just playing sour. If you're moving and you're having fun, they're gonna have fun with you.
Right there under the trees, Storm's drum skills also help create new bonds. The two girls he's drumming with actually also found each other and became friends by playing the drums. Another drummer from the group, Camillo, who loves rap music, also feels that he has found the right place for him.
In a band, you can make new friends. Now I feel like I can talk to people more and more. Yeah, I just met some new friends and I do everything.
Building connections is definitely one of the great powers of music, but there is more to it than that. In fact, music is such an important part of our lives that Morten, together with other researchers, have started what they call Center for Music in the Brain at Aarhus University in Denmark.
The key premise is that there's something special about music and that it can teach us something about prediction and prediction error. How it is that we hear certain musical phrases and we want to finish them, but we can't really finish them. It's like what some people call sweet anticipation. Why is it so sweet? Why is it that we can't help but make music and listen to music and dance to music? But also, why does it feel meaningful? Those are the kinds of questions that we and many of the people in the center, and there's almost 80 of us now, basically have been pursuing and will continue to pursue, hopefully, for a long time.
By scanning people's brain while they're listening to music, Morten and his team are beginning to understand what goes on inside.
Music is very similar to other pleasures. When you enjoy music, the same kind of circuitry light up. But what is really interesting about music is that with music you can play the same trick over and over again. I can only give you that much chocolate and then you can't have chocolate anymore, but I can give you the equivalent of chocolate, a musical phrase that is almost there but not quite, and you want it to be there and then eventually it gets there. And in the process of that there's a lot of joy to be had. And to use that as a tool to understand what it is that makes us really like things and how we learn to do this in the first place is almost like the perfect research tool.
The ability of music to keep our brains filled with anticipation for every new beat makes music an extensive source of pleasure. It's a great tool for researchers and a lot of great fun for us. Back on Bonaire, it's clear that music is not something you ever get tired of.
No, never. It's my favorite. I can't get tired of it.
Music is a continuous source of pleasure and can help us connect and create new relations.
It brings us closer to those that we care about and those we don't care about and those we could come to care about.
When you're all together playing, that's awesome.
In the next episode, we continue our exploration of music and find yet another way that music impacts a very central aspect of our life. And we get a scientific trick on how to write groovy music that will make you dance. See you soon.